Welcome to The Know, I'm Mica. Earlier this month, Shadow of War publisher Warner Bros. Announced a special bit of DLC for the game to commemorate former executive producer Michael 4G. However, fans met this announcement with quite a bit of skepticism since Warner Bros. Was only donating part of the proceeds of the DLC to the family, and not all of them. Plus, there were some questions about where the international money for the DLC was going, as their announcement specifically pertained to US sales. But Warner Bros. Has now clarified, saying that they will now be giving the DLC away for free, and instead making a donation of their own directly to the family. In a statement, community manager Gypsy WB wrote, "For absolute clarity, our intention was always to give all profits from the DLC worldwide to the 4G family. We now recognize that tying our donation to sales of the DLC was not the best way to achieve our goal of offering financial support to the family and creating a lasting memorial to Michael 4G. We sincerely apologize to fans and to the 4G family for the confusion we created." If you've been one of the few holdouts on PUBG for PC, or you're a console player who's been dying to get a taste of the game mode everyone loves, Fortnite's Battle Royale is now live on Xbox One, PS4, and PC completely for free. Epic set the game mode live today for all challengers, so now you can see what all the fuss has been about for the last couple of weeks. It'll be interesting to see how this performs on console, especially after Bluehole's unhappy comments about Epic using the game mode and mentioning PUBG in their earlier promotional material. Super Mario Odyssey is just 1 month away, and now Digital Foundry's got their hands on it to see how it runs. The tech outlet put up the plumber, or just regular old cool guy, through the paces and revealed in their report that Odyssey runs at 900p in docked mode and 720p in handheld mode, staying at a brisk 60 frames per second on both. They also noted that Odyssey makes a few technical concessions in order to keep that frame rate in handheld mode, mostly with lower draw distance and less shadow detail. They wrapped up their analysis by stating, "In conclusion, we're deeply excited about this game and the way that Nintendo has managed to make such a beautiful title scale well across both handheld and HD TV modes. Every Nintendo console is defined by a leading Mario title, and on Switch, Mario Odyssey experiments with 3D space more than any game in the series before it, expanding on its virtual flair in exciting ways." John Cena has been spotted at Nintendo of America this week, or not, because you can't see him? Well, apparently the wrestler turned meme was there for a meeting with President Reggie Fils-Aimé and Senior VP Doug Bowser. And before, just like I did, you make your obvious "you can't see me" jokes, John Cena already made it himself when he tweeted about it. There's no telling why Cena was walking the halls of Nintendo, but the last time the two partnered on something, we ended up with a silly trailer of Cena playing the Switch in unexpected places. So, hey, here's hoping for more in that department. Throwback consoles are all the rage these days, and there's one in the works that will play old school Atari games. But the crowdfunded Atari box is gonna cost ya, possibly between $250 and $300. That's according to the creator of the machine, who says it will do more than just play Atari games. It will have custom AMD processor and will be able to run some PC games, as well as stream, run apps, and browse the web. So basically it's like a mid-range PC, which, okay, but what if we just wanted to play Atari games? Well, anyway, there's no release date yet on the console, so better start saving your pennies if you want one. Why was the Dark Tower movie a bomb, you may ask? Well, Stephen King, who wrote all the books, has some thoughts. In an interview with Vulture, he said that a lot of the problem was having to distill several novels into one movie. Oh, and he said that making it PG-13 didn't help either, considering that the themes of gunfighting and violence are central to the movie. But King says that he was still happy with the movie, saying that screenwriter Akiva Goldsman did a terrific job. The movie might end up being a one-off though. There's a TV adaptation in the works, and King said if it becomes a reality, it would be a complete reboot of the franchise. We are starting to see first impressions of the new Blade Runner movie, as critics got a sneak peek, and so far they're really positive. Eric Davis, managing editor of Fandango, called Blade Runner 2049 a sci-fi masterpiece, the kind of deep-cut genre film we don't see anymore. Visually mind-blowing, absolutely fantastic. Another critic, Jordan Hoffman, called it a terrific continuation and expansion of the original. Wasn't hoping for much, ended up loving it. Even Leto. William Bibbiani, a film critic at Crave Online, said it was breathtaking and said it's an impressive follow-up, preserving mysteries, adding new ones, expanding the universe. And while sometimes these first impressions can get a little overly positive, this is still a good sign for the new Blade Runner. But we'll still get to see for ourselves. This movie hits theaters October 6th. Have you ever felt like, your tweets just needed to be longer? Well, it looks like you're about to get your wish. Twitter says it started testing 280 character tweets, which is exactly twice the current amount. The company says this is needed because in some languages, like English, it's harder to succinctly get a point across without running into the current character limit. As proof, they said that 9% of all English tweets end up hitting the 140 character limit compared to just 0.4% of Japanese language tweets. But Twitter insists that it won't be going long form. Its product manager wrote in a blog, "Twitter is about brevity. Tweets get right to the point with the information of thoughts that matter. That is something we will never change. The new 280 character limit is only available to a small group right now, so we'll see if this becomes permanent." Could some of the Alex Mauer drama finally be coming to an end? If you're not familiar, Mauer has been on a crazy crusade against tons of games featuring her music, hitting them with DMCA strikes left and right, sometimes resulting in whole channels being removed from YouTube or pulling the games from Steam. A lot of this drama started with a game called Star Mazer and its studio Imago Softworks, which hired Mauer to write music for the game in 2015. That relationship eventually soured and Mauer left the project, but later started issuing DMCA takedowns related to the game. Anyways, the studio filed a lawsuit basically asking for a judge to clear up the matter of who owns what when it comes to Star Mazer, and recently, the studio's lawyer, Leonard French, said he will be asking for a judgment in the case. French wrote on his site, "We are now preparing to ask the court to make a finding that we own the copyrights at issue as well as a finding of the monetary damage done." So, maybe this really messy copyright case is nearing a conclusion. Please, my God, it was just so much drama. Well, that is all the news we have for you today. Remember to comment on any of your favorite news stories in the comments below. And remember, for more news from this corner of the internet and that far corner over there, and maybe the one kind of close over there, like this video. And if you're new around here, subscribe to the know. Plus, there was some questions about where the international money for the DLC was going, as their announcement specifically— oh, that was a run of sentence. If you've been one of the few holdouts on PUBG for PC, or if you're a console player who's been dying to get a taste of the game mode for— Super Mario Odyssey is just 1 month away now,